Good afternoon, SUTD Chairman, Mr. Lee Tzu-yang, Advisor to Group Executive Committee of GIC Private Limited, Mr. Lee Seong-Guan, SUTD Board of Trustees, SUTD President, faculty members, staff, family, and friends, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and last but not least, the graduating class of 2018. Now, normally this is where my stage fright sort of sets in, but as a close friend of mine would usually say, I'm looking at you, Wei Ren. He would say that my eyes are too small and I probably can't see everyone here to feel frightened anyway. So I hope that my final harsh essay here does not bore you. I'm kidding. It is, of course, a great honor to be here to congratulate all of you on this most joyous of occasions, signifying the closing of one chapter of our lives and the beginning of another. Now, to think that it has been 3.5 years since we last stood here in this auditorium reciting the SUTD Code of Honor, what a journey it's been. There is no doubt that our time here in SUTD has been nothing short of eventful. From the very beginning, as we set foot into this brand new campus, we were introduced to the crazy, geeky SUTD culture that was crafted by our seniors and pioneers. I still remember our orientation night walk with the laser tripwires that we had to crawl through, or the tech-infused puzzles, or our seniors dressing up in their scary costumes. I also remember our orientation groups having to chase around a chicken named Larry so that we could win Universal Studio tickets. Now, our first term introduced us to what learning in SUTD was like, with some professors constantly yelling, "Clicker, 5 seconds!" Okay, I tried. Now, as we settled into our cohort classes, we began to mingle and make friends. Some of these friends would be our pillars of support for the next 3.5 years. And some of them, like Tenzin, will constantly yell your name across the canteen every day without fail. So it was only after the first term that we truly understood why SUTD was called Stay Up Till Dawn, beginning with that one module that introduced us to the concept of the big D, design. And our daily school lives since then have been nothing but a flurry of projects and exams. Now, as we approached our pillar years, we were introduced to the harsh realities of what it took to be an architect or engineer. Now, I vividly remember cursing and swearing at all the Android applications that we had to do for that assignment during the recess week. I also remember the thick fumes of soda that we had while we soldered together our Mojo games, trying to figure out Lucid and how it worked. And most recently, I also remember us praying to the machine learning gods, hoping that our model will be successfully trained by the end of the night. I've also witnessed our fellow students in ASD piece together their extremely intricate 3D models with some of these pieces smaller than their finger, trying to get it there in the right spot. Or them chonging their 3D CAD models so that they can make their laser cutter slot that they so desperately got the next morning. Or doing all this while fighting off the Z monsters. It is quite an achievement. But I think one thing in common both of our pillars here have today is the countless numbers of supper that we had to keep us awake. Now, if Mac Delivery had a membership, we'd all be Gold members by now. Lah. So to quote an architect who sits amongst you, SUTD is a bit like army. We born through suffering. I don't think I could have said it any better. It is at this moment that I ask of you to think back on every project and every model, on the people who have been there for you. I speak not only of your fellow SUTD peers who sit beside you today, the ones who try to help you debug your code, your thousands of lines of code overnight, or the ones who camp the Fab Lab website every morning so that you can get the extra 1-hour laser cutter slot. I also speak of the other people in the SUTD family, the professors who have patiently mentored us through these 3.5 years, who have sacrificed their countless hours of their free time so that they could teach us concepts that we could never wrap our heads around during class. Or maybe some of these professors will come into our class, do a Mongolian throat singing in the middle of the night to raise our morale. I also speak of the dedicated TAs, like Natalie, hi Nat, who is also graduating with us today. These TAs tirelessly wade through our homework and our horrid handwriting. It must be quite an achievement to read mine. And spend a lot of time trying to teach us with other concepts as well, despite their busy research schedules. I also thank the SUTD staff and faculty who have ensured that our events in school have gone on smoothly, and also to ensure that every event has food. DSPJ. And finally, to our family members, the ones who have come down to school to help you piece together your models so that you can make that impossible deadlines. The ones who bring you comfort food whenever you're feeling down during exam week, the most horrible week of them all. To these people, I give you the most heartfelt thanks. For without you, we may have never made it this far in our journey in SUTD. We may be wondering now, as we venture forth into the unknown, whether we are ready to shoulder the responsibility of building a better world for future generations. I believe that this is not a burden we shoulder alone. We must think of the people who have been there for us, who will be there for us. Our SUTD journey is not about its curriculum or its facilities. It's about the people and the memories we make. I will certainly miss making memories here in SUTD, but I look forward to making more memories with you in the next part of my life. Thank you.